What's up, everybody? I apologize in advance. I am recording this on my iPhone XS in a hotel room in Baltimore, Maryland. I have been in New York, Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Baltimore in the past 4 days, constantly working. So I'm just squeezing this in. I should have rigged up the 6D, but I just wanted to get this video out there. And this video I am talking about is that Red has announced yet another DSMC2 camera, still DSMC2 unified body, but it is called the Dragon X. What does that mean? What do you need to know? Find out right now. So the Dragon X, it is a DSMC2 unified body, the same as you see in the DSMC2 8K Helium, the Monstro, and the Gemini. So same body, no changes there, but it is using the legacy Dragon sensor. Almost the same one that's in the Scarlett W, except this now supports IPP2 in camera, which the Scarlett W does not. So this is obviously a complete replacement of the Scarlett W and the Raven, as those two see their way out the door slowly. And we now have a lineup of the Monstro, the 8K Helium, the Gemini, and now the Dragon X. It is still a 5K sensor. It does support higher frame rates, so 120 frames per second at 5K at 241. I believe if it was 96 or 76, I'll make the note here, frames per second at 5K full frame, and it could handle higher bit rates. Other than that, it's basically the same camera as the Scarlett W, but now we are in the unified DSMC2 line body, which is a beefier build. It is all black. You are not looking at that gray, multi-gray black body style the Scarlett W has, and we are losing the name Scarlett altogether. So what I think this is a great camera. I should mention the price point is just under $15,000 at like $14,995 or something like that. All details are on Red's website, and it is cheaper than the Gemini, coming in at $20,000. And there's a DSMC2 Helium 8K, which comes in at $30,000, and then we have the Monstro, which is up there. And I am just relaying the info that has already been released, and you can go find out the details, although there aren't much. I just told you what those details were. So can you upgrade? Can you transfer? Well, there'd be no sense to go down from the Gemini or any of the other sensors, but you could go up for the Scarlett W. So the Scarlett W can upgrade to the Dragon X, and that will be a $5,000 upgrade. I'm not sure if it's worth it. You can still do IPP2 with the Scarlett W, you just have to do it in post-production. And Red City X, you cannot do it in camera. And the Raven cannot do it at all. So now, can the Raven upgrade? No, but kind of yes. So Jarrett announced that the Raven, select view, limited time in January, possibly for 1 week, he's gonna open up for about $8,500. You could bring your Raven in. You have to hand carry it, I believe he said. A little backdoor studio type thing, warehouse thing, he said. And they can upgrade your Raven to the Dragon X for $8,500. It seems like a lot of money, but if you were an early pre-order Raven owner, then you got it for the cheaper price point, and then add $8,500, I believe you're still coming in cheaper than buying a Dragon X outright. So it is something to think about. It's something that I'm considering personally, but my thoughts on it is I wish it was 6K. I really do. I feel like if this was a 6K, we're still sticking with the old legacy Dragon sensor. We're not updating that sensor per se as far as the color science. We do have IPP2 in it, which I guess technically updates the color science a little bit, but it's still the legacy sensor, and I feel like if they brought it over from the Dragon 6K Epic, the Epic Dragon, it would just be much more enticing to me. I felt the same way with the Gemini. I felt like that should have been 6K. But I was recently thinking about, just for the lack of PL option with the Raven, I was thinking about switching over to the Scarlett W. Now this makes it a little more enticing for me because I do want that PL option in my Raven. I often work with the Scarlett W with everything I do anyway, because I have one in-house as well. Our company, New Way Media, has a Scarlett W and a Raven. And I was looking at upgrading the Scarlett W. I was curious, should I go Gemini? But maybe I could just upgrade the Raven, then I'd have 2 5K Dragon sensors. I want to go into that 8K realm, but I also want the low light of the Gemini. So personal thoughts, if you're looking to get in a 5K, coming from nothing, straight off the bat, I think the Scarlett W is still your best bang for buck, but they are pushing it out, it seems like. It has not been officially announced that they're kind of denouncing that, but it's all laid out. You know, there's 4 DSMC2 cameras. Scarlett W is not labeled as a DSMC2 unified body, which means that if you're in this DSMC2 unified lineup, you're most likely to get the best bang for buck for upgradability options down the road when they start to release the new sensors in probably 2 years. So it kind of just brings in a little bit more, I don't even want to say longevity because that's a word that I'm not sure exists with Red, but just keeps you current in the state of things and up to date, and IPP2 will allow you to better match with the Helium and Gemini and other sensors since they all have IPP2 in camera, the color space and all that. It makes it easier in post-production. I just think 6K would have been a knockout though. If they would have brought out 6K with this, hands down, I'd do it at the drop of the hat. Although I am still rocking a Raven, and the Raven needs to get upgraded. It really does. I've been doing a lot of commercial work. EF glass is fine. You can use CP2s and such. It is great for web content as well, but to do anything above that, I'm really crushed without being able to use PL glass. So that's why we have the Scarlett W as well in-house. It's a shame for all the people that bought into the Scarlett W, but not too big of a shame because it's not really taking too much away from it. It's really just IPP2 and better high-speed frame rates at 5K, which is like the big takeaway here on this camera. And being a Scarlett W owner, is it worth $5,000 to dive into that? I would personally be looking at the Gemini or Epic, not Epic W anymore, DSMC2 Helium 8K camera if you were to upgrade your Scarlett W. But as a Raven owner or not a Red owner at all, this is the way to go in, I think. Although the Scarlett W is still a good option. Just keep in mind that that is on its way out. So expect to see price drops on the third-party market for those cameras, because people like to get rid of them to stay current. That's all I have. That's all there is out there. I believe it is already out on the market. I think I went on red.com and it said if I placed an order today, it would ship in 1 to 4 days. These cameras are hot and ready to go. So I'm not sure how bad the audio is on this. I did record it on my iPhone, and I do apologize for that. I know this light's probably blown out, blasting. I have a light in the back. This is all the ambient light I have to work with. I did have a little light panel thing I could have set up. I just didn't bother. I just wanted to get this video out as fast as possible to you guys. So thank you for being patient with me on this one, and let me know your thoughts about this Dragon X. Do you think Red's releasing too many cameras? Do you think they're getting too confusing? Releasing this many cameras, it seems like they are doing a lot that's kind of overriding their previous decisions very frequently, and it has been 2 years since the previous Red models came out, but still, like, we have now killed off the Epic W, the Weapon, the Scarlett W almost, and the Raven kind of in 2 years, less than for the Epic W. It just seems like a fast turnaround, but I feel like this is the direction they decided is best for the company, and it simplifies it, which it does, but with collateral damage. So yeah, please let me know your thoughts, and I will keep you posted. I should probably make a higher quality version video. We'll see how terrible this turns out with the AC running and everything else. Again, thanks for being patient, and the Red Hydrogen video will be coming out. I have tons to say about that. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at CMurray, SEEMURRAY, and same with Twitter. Just add a little underscore in between, C_Murray. Yeah, just keep creating. Till next time.